Guys, it feels like I'm just ranting a lot today. Well, not today, in the last couple of weeks. But in all honesty, I've been a bit pissed off, man. Disappointed and pissed off. But it don't really matter. Let me just get to the meat of the pie. So I made a video a couple days ago, and obviously it's all well doing videos, but I actually said, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to do something about this. So I wrote a letter to my local MP. Long story short, they replied, and they replied faster than I thought they would, which is pretty good, I guess. But the issue is, it's the same old. Like, sure, they acknowledge that there's an issue with people who have sickle cell in London, and how the care is not exactly adequate. They acknowledge that, but they didn't really give any solutions, or rather, not that I expect them to give any solutions, but like I said, it was a nothing burger. They just, repeated a lot of the talking points I've already heard. That, oh yeah, you can do this, you can do that. But from my personal experience, most of those things I'm not. It's very much luck based. You have to go through the works, or rather go through a lot of fuckeries. Sorry for my swear words, but it's the truth. A lot of these so-called things that they said, or rather say, people with sickle cell have access to, it's not a universal thing. Like I said, you have to go through the works, like have a stroke, have a heart attack, whatever, something life-threatening, and then they'll be like, oh wow, okay, and then you might, if you're lucky, get put on these programs. I made a big point about how, because of the lack of definition, or even rather the fact that sickle cell is not completely listed as a disability, it leaves a lot of room for exploitation and people to discriminate too. And it was completely brushed over, that they didn't really talk about it. And then obviously I spoke about PIP and the difficulties of how how even claiming PIP is. So the overall point of my previous message was like people with sickle cell are in a limbo state. Like, on one hand, you're not disabled enough to get help or benefits or assistance in any way, even a bus pass. You're not really eligible. It comes down to who your what's it called, assessor is, and how empathetic they are to what you're going with. Because most case, people don't even know what sickle cell is. Most doctors don't know what sickle cell is, so they can't really understand. But anyway, ranting. But then the other side of it is that employers don't acknowledge that it's a disability either. So it's not like, or rather, they do acknowledge it's a disability, and because they acknowledge it's a disability, they don't really want to give you the work because of one, your attendance and all. It's a bunch of stuff. I've had a few of those. Maybe one day I might make a video about it, but I'm just trying to keep it very general, because this doesn't just affect me. Long story short, I was kind of disappointed by the response. It was a very much, oh yeah, shut up, we're doing things in the future, be quiet, just hang on. And finally, because this video is already 4 minutes long, forgive me, would people with sickle cell get this treatment if everyone could get sickle cell? I don't really want to make it a race thing, but it really is, because I don't know. I really don't know. I often wonder, one day when we're a bit more better and we can look back at history, I wonder how people will look at this, because it's kind of fucked up, I'm not gonna lie. It really much is. Anyway, rents.